What the fuck?
What? Daddy! Let Neptune strike ye dead, Winslow!
So The Lighthouse is a new dark fantasy horror film that stars Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe as two people that work at a lighthouse. Robert Pattinson plays as a guy who takes a job working as a wickie at a lighthouse that Willem Dafoe runs. And while the two of them are secluded on this rock, they decide to get to know each other while at the same time they are slowly descending into madness. Alright guys, so let's get into The Lighthouse. The Lighthouse was one of my most anticipated movies of this fall, mainly because I love, and I mean I absolutely love, Robert Eggers' previous film, The Witch. I have seen this film over 13 times. I'm not joking when I say that. So as you can imagine, since I have seen that movie so many times, I'd be hyped as can be to see The Lighthouse. So, cutting right into it, The Lighthouse, this movie is weird. I mean, it is weird. And I dug the hell out of it. Getting right into the performances, this is basically Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson's show, and oh my word, dude, these two absolutely crush it. Now, Willem Dafoe is a great actor, there is no denying that, but here he gives, without a doubt, one of his best performances. And this is what I'm going to say when it comes to Robert Pattinson. He's not a bad actor, he really is not. He just happens to be in one of the worst franchises of all time. That's not his fault. This is easily, I'm going to say this once again, like Willem Dafoe, this is one of the best performances of the entire year. But when the two of them are together, there is a couple of scenes into which I swear I thought they were just one-upping one another. One in particular, I was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my, what the fuck is gonna happen here? Willem Dafoe's character is the type of guy that's very manipulative psychologically, while Robert Pattinson's character is just trying to get through the day without losing his mind. But as the movie goes along and you see where these two go, not only physically but psychologically as well, it is definitely a sight to behold, and it is a hell of a ride to say the least. Though there are certain scenes that when you see Robert Pattinson's character just slipping psychologically, you just think, what in the shitting hell was that? Also, Pattinson and Dafoe deserve Oscar nominations. Without a doubt. Another thing that I absolutely loved about The Lighthouse was the atmosphere, the overall look, and the feel. The moment that you're on this rock with Pattinson and Dafoe, this movie has a very eerie atmosphere. It also has a very secluded and a very isolated feel to it. And it's almost to the point where it has this very claustrophobic-like feeling to it, where you're almost losing your sanity with them. The best way I can describe the atmospheric feeling of this film, and I don't know if a lot of people are going to agree with me on this, but it felt like reading an H.P. Lovecraft novel. It feels very mysterious, you're always guessing onto what's exactly going on, and when things do happen, you're thinking, what the hell? Something else that I absolutely loved about The Lighthouse was the cinematography and the production design. Not to mention, it really helps with the look and feel, knowing that it's shot not only in 35mm, but in black and white also with the 4:3 aspect ratio. The 4:3 aspect ratio, I really feel like helps with the claustrophobic feeling of it. But to add on top of that, The Lighthouse is just one of those films that how it's shot and how it's presented, we just don't get anymore. And on that merit alone, even if people don't like it, I would still recommend it just for the experience of seeing a film that's shot like this. But when it comes to cinematography, The Lighthouse is a beautifully shot film. There are angles and there are certain choices that Robert Eggers and his cinematographer, Jaron, can't remember his last name, so I'll put his name right here. There are certain choices as to where the DP and the director place the camera that only really adds to that feeling of isolation. There's also these beautifully done wide shots, and not to mention these amazingly shot nighttime scenes, into which I gotta say, how they shot these scenes with only candlelight, bravo to them, because there's a couple of close-ups in these shots I don't know how they got. Another thing is that I definitely feel like that The Lighthouse deserves multiple viewings, not only because I feel like that you get something new every time you see this, but that there is so much going on underneath this movie's surface. And the other thing that I loved about The Lighthouse was the ending. I mean, what a hell of an ending. Now the main question is this: do I prefer The Witch or The Lighthouse, and easily it's The Witch, because The Lighthouse, there's a few issues that I have with this movie. One of my issues is that this movie does take a little bit to get going, and I get why it's because they want to build up to what is eventually going to happen, but at the same time, it does take a tad bit to get going. Another thing is the pacing. Now, I will definitely say that I wasn't bored during this movie. I was entertained and I was invested throughout, but I cannot lie in which there were a couple of sections into which I felt like they went on a tad bit too long. The other thing is this. Now, I remember that when The Witch came out, one of the biggest problems that people had with that movie was that when it came to the dialogue, a lot of the time, people couldn't understand what the hell the characters were speaking in that film. When it came to The Witch, I was able to understand what the characters were saying. However, when it came to The Lighthouse, that wasn't always the case. Now, while there was a lot of the times I was able to get what they were saying, but there were other times where I was thinking this.
What?
So overall, The Lighthouse is weird. It is a weird movie, and it gets only weirder as it goes along, but I dug the hell out of it. The best way I can describe The Lighthouse is David Lynch meets H.P. Lovecraft, and if you love those two things, you will most likely love this film. All in all, I dug the hell out of The Lighthouse, so I am going to give The Lighthouse a 4.25 out of 5 stars. This is a very weird movie, though. Despite how weird it is, I was drawn in, and by the end, I just sat in silence. Alright guys, so comment down and let me know below. Have you guys seen The Lighthouse? Are you looking forward to this movie? Let me know below. If y'all want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat and Stardust. So if y'all want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of The Lighthouse. If so, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe to see more reviews just like this one. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video of mine goes live. If y'all want to see any of my previous 2 reviews, please click either right there or there. And of course, until my next review, I will see you guys next time.